Take two here again with bowling.
Okay, hello guys. James Amorosi, Dodger Media. You guys are currently 2-3. That doubles your wins from last year, correct?
Yes, sir.
What do you guys attribute to your success so far?
Going to the bowling alley as a team in the off season and working on our game just so that we can go out and actually compete in these matches that we have, because 1-12 isn't the best record to finish the season with. So starting off the season, first 5 games, already having 2 wins is big steps for our program.
I also think recruiting has something to do with it too. We recruited a lot of new boys this year, so I think that takes a big step in our play to our 2-3.
All right, Jack. Greg Randall, Dodger Media. Jack, many people have stated you are behind the increase in participation in bowling. What motivated you to do this, and what responsibilities come with it?
I would say that I'm not the only one who has influenced the growth in the bowling program. A lot of credit can also go to Jack Irwin, sitting next to me, and graduated Anthony Contessa and Will Forster. And for, growing this program, I guess it puts me in a spot to mentor the underclassmen to get into the lanes as much as me and Irwin and Anthony and Will did, to be able to compete in these matches and give it our best every match.
Jack O'Donnell, Dodger Media Online. So what's the most important thing you guys need to do consistently to make you guys improve throughout the season?
So personally, when it comes to bowling, practice makes perfect. So to increase just our general scores, I think we should probably just get on the lanes as much as possible, because you're not gonna get that consistent throw every time unless you're consistently throwing. So just getting down there, having a good time, having your boys down there, just throwing as much as possible, and yeah, you're gonna score high.
All right, Irwin. So we know you have an early morning lifting routine. Has that contributed to any success in the bowling alley?
I think it has, because not only is it increasing my strength, but it's contributing the dedication and the mindset needed for a bowler. So yeah.
So how has Coach Diamante helped you guys prepare?
Coach Diamante is a great coach, very knowledgeable in the sport. He wants us to succeed. He wants us to be better. And it's little things like having practices when other teams don't practice, and having everybody at the lanes together when not everybody else is there. Like, those are the kinds of things that make us know that he wants us to be better, and he wants us to accomplish things that we have set in our heads. So he's a really good coach.
And from going to some of your games, seeing it seems like you guys have a good relationship with other teams. Do you feel this lessens the competition between you guys, or still feel that?
It really depends on the team, because there's some teams that really we just want to beat, but there's other teams that you're just there to bowl against them. And whether you win or not, I mean, you obviously want to win, but it's not the biggest concern. It's just bowling's a fun sport no matter what you're doing. So whether you're bowling and you lose by 700 pins, or whether it's a close game, or whether you win, you're still just trying to have fun out there. So, yeah.
So in general, what would you guys say are the best qualities in an ideal bowler?
A good mindset to get out on the lanes when you maybe don't feel like driving there and paying for it. Consistency, practicing more often than most people, and being open-minded to just having a good time, because whether you're on a good team or a bad team, bowling is fun regardless of the outcome.
Yeah. I think it's necessary to be positive while you're bowling, because if you say you bowl a bad ball, right, and then you get those negative thoughts in your mind, that's just going to keep on repeating. So to actually come in with a positive mindset, and if you do hit a bad run, just be like, all right, next time you're going to do better, and just go in positively. And if you do, I feel like it sets you up better. So positivity.
Now, while you guys have doubled your wins, just taking a look at some of the losses, there has been a pretty big point differential. How do you guys, or pin differential, how do you guys look to lower that throughout the season?
So, our first 5 games, we played against some tough opponents. Del Barton, they've always been good. Kennelan's on the rise. They got a really good program, a couple good kids over there. So, we're a team full of underclassmen and new people to the sport. So there's some growing pains, and the point differential will be addressed and fixed.
Are there any upcoming matches that you guys are looking forward to?
So we have a second game with Del Barton coming up that we are looking forward to. We have a second game with Chatham, which, fingers crossed, will be our senior night. And that's going to be our senior night? It's going to be our senior night, so that's coming up. And we hope we can get a large audience there. Trying to think of any other games, but none come off the top of my head. So, yeah, really, really the Chatham game, because Chatham's our biggest competitor right now, and we usually bowl pretty well against them, so.
All right, thank you guys. That's all for us. Good luck throughout the season. Does anyone else have any?
Next.
Thanks, guys. I'm Dave Artuso from the Madison Eagle. And my first question is, you mentioned, Jack McGuire, you mentioned bowling when other teams aren't practicing. What do you mean by that? Like earlier in the day, later at night?
So there are like specific teams that practice at specific bowling alleys, and us going to Hanover Lanes to bowl. There are some days where we go in to practice, and we may be one of the only teams in there practicing. So to us, that it's like, we're out there working harder than some of the other teams just to be on a level where we can compete with other teams.
Has either one of you ever bowled a 300?
Not yet.
What's your highest?
My high game is 245.
My high game is 212.
And what do you average, the two of you?
Right now I'm averaging 187, but I hope to get up to 205.
Right now I'm averaging about 155, and I'm hoping to get up to about high 80s and hopefully, or high 180s, and maybe 200.
How long has each of you been bowling?
This is both our second year bowling.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't mean just for high school. Like, did you bowl when you were kids?
I mean, at a birthday party or two. Yeah, that's really it.
What got you into the sport and wanting to play for the school?
So it really started last year when me, Jack, and 2 other graduated Madison High School students, we all just went into the bowling interest meeting, and our coach really convinced us. He was like, look, guys, it's pretty chill. It's 2 days, 3 days a week. No weekends. Fridays are usually off. And we were like, at that point, we were just basically signed up. And as last season progressed, it just got more, I guess, fun. And now we recruited a whole bunch of new bowlers, and we're super excited for the future of Madison bowling.
What do you think is your potential, looking at the team so far for, tournament play?
So last year, towards the end of our season, we ranked kind of, I think, in the middle of the teams. We had some players that were within the top 50 in whatever tournament we were in. I think was it states? Yeah. So we had Jack and another graduated student, Anthony Contessa. He was ranked, I think, he was within. Yeah, he was the 51st best bowler in the state. So it was really like a massive increase from we just started that year. So this year we have a whole bunch of new bowlers, some returning, and we're hoping to get higher than we did last year. I don't know the exact rankings, but.
And then, like, in terms of our record, I think we can win closer to 6 or 7 games this season, because I think as the season goes on, we'll be able to, some of the underclassmen that are working on their game consistently will be starting to bowl more consistently and have higher numbers. So I think once our underclassmen start learning how to bowl consistently, I think we'll be more competitive.
Do you have any lefties? I know that's kind of unusual in bowling.
No lefties on the team now.
And this is only the second year of the program?
Not the second year of the program. Just we started 2 years ago, or last year, so this is our second year. But there wasn't a lot of interest around the bowling program. So since last year, there's been, I'd say, a lot more interest surrounding the bowling program here.
And what do you find, what's the most enjoyable part of it?
I think you're playing a sport, obviously, and competing against other teams, and it's somewhat individual and somewhat team, because your team can place in the states and you can place individually. So it's good to be able to compete as a team, and it's also good to be able to compete individually. But on top of that, what's really fun is being able to have like conversations and talk with kids from other towns that bowl and find out why they bowl and how long they've been bowling and that kind of thing. And, I think we've made a lot of good friends just since last year started bowling.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's also the aspect of, like, it's not like there's no really, like, not too much conditioning going into it. You're just there essentially just bowling with your friends. And it does get competitive sometimes. Sometimes you do beat yourself up if you do get a bad score. But at the end of the day, you guys all go back on the bus still buddies. So no matter what team you're on. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, guys. Oh, yes, sir.
Hey, Buzz Media. So this year I hear you guys had a 2-game streak, and that hasn't happened in the past couple of years. Do you think that has boosted the team morale in any way?
I think not only has it boosted the team morale, thank you, Bullis Media. I think not only has it boosted the team morale, but it's boosted the energy. Like, we go in the bus, and not only are we, because last season it was like we were still beginning, and it was like, all right, maybe we won't lose by 700 pins, but this time it's like we could actually win these. So it boosts the morale, the confidence, the energy. It's all very lively. So, yeah.
I think you covered it.
Cool.
All right, thank you.